What's up, guys? Brian Sacrifice here today. I'm doing something a little bit new today. I'm at my local park, and this video is only going to be about maybe 50 seconds, even a minute at that. In this video, I'm going to be talking about my business ideal, spinach chips, and I'm going to be listing the benefits of them. First of all, they boost your metabolism, they boost your immune system, especially when you add spices like paprika, when you add spices like ground ginger, when you add spices like cayenne pepper, red pepper, and they're going to be decreasing inflammation, bloating, constipation. It's going to be decreasing blood sugar, blood pressure, going to be decreasing your cholesterol, because these are cholesterol-free food. They don't have all these saturated fats. They don't have all these polyunsaturated fats. They do not have all the sodium content in my spinach chip ideal. And let me just talk about it. This video is going to be really short, because this is just, I'm giving you guys kind of like the prelude to this, the introduction to this. And only that, decreasing constipation, increasing your basal metabolic rate, increasing your immune system, decreasing of inflammation, constipation, bloating, and decreasing your cholesterol, and chances of cardiovascular deaths, dying of cardiovascular diseases, of having premature death at any given age that you do not know. And when you realize it is when you're usually taking a lot of caffeine, sugar, carbohydrates, a lot of dextrose monohydrate carbohydrates, mainly in supplementations. Again, if you're taking supplementations or anything like that, just getting your micronutrient intake in. And the other thing is that this spinach chips, again, it's amazing for all these benefits that I just stated. But again, it increases the buildup of antioxidant enzymes, which selenium is high in it, copper is high in it, magnesium is high in it, vitamin B6, which is again is one of the vitamins, the essential nutrients in the vitamin B group, like vitamin B3 is niacin, which this is also a high source. It's not a high source of carbohydrates, sugar, not any of that. You don't get a lot of sugar in this, so it's really going to begin preventing diabetes, type 1, type 2, premature death, bad liver function, colon cancer. It's going to be having all these benefits just by eating these spinach chips. And the other thing that I want to talk about is that it's niacin, it's folate, it's copper, it's manganese, it's zinc, and manganese, magnesium, copper. It's all these vitamins that are high in this. Vitamin A, C, K, E, also high in this, as I'm going to be mentioning in this video. And I'm going to end this video up really shortly, because I just want to get this message across. Let's check the time. It's 9:34, and I'll get this video uploaded soon. And this is just an amazing idea overall. So let's go over it. That they decrease constipation, inflammation, bloating. They decrease your blood pressure. They decrease your blood sugar. It's healthy. And then it decreases the amount of unneeded, unnatural saturated fats and unnatural sodium, unnatural cholesterol that is, again, unnatural and not made by your liver, from that getting it back into your body and mostly destroying your heart, giving it more of an obese liver with all these saturated fats, polyunsaturated fats, with all the sodium content in the liver. And going on about all of that, as I say, it boosts your immune system, boosts your basal metabolic rate. It's again a high source of niacin, vitamin B3, vitamin B1, a lot of the vitamin B. In this, we get vitamin B1, thiamine. We get vitamin B3, which is niacin, as I said again. And you can usually find it in a lot of starchy vegetables. When we look at sweet potatoes, when we look at tomatoes, when we look at carrots, we look at any of those vegetables that usually have a little bit of starch, but natural sugar, again, and then it's not going to be simple sugars. It's going to be complex sugars. The sugars that prevent your blood glucose level to the point where it cannot be regulated by the hormone insulin or the hormone glucagon. And when this happens, we usually get into the state of diabetes. We get into the state of a high blood glucose level, or referred to as a high blood sugar level, and a low blood glucose level referred to as a low blood sugar level, and leading into the disease getting known as hypoglycemia. You're going to be leading to premature death at any given age. You do not know, but once you're killing your heart, you're killing your liver with these carbohydrates, with these simple carbohydrates that are found in foods like processed foods. You can find them in muffins, you can find them in pizzas, you can find them in pastas. The carbohydrates that are high, you can find them in even cheddar cheese. All of that dairy, that's not low, it's not low moisture. Low moisture is the best cheese. It is the best cheese. Less fat, you get more protein, you get more calcium in low moisture cheese. You don't get all that saturated fat that you do not need. You do not need it, but you'll get a little bit of it, of course, because if you want to have the real taste of cheese, you have to have at least some. But again, you balance this out with soluble fiber. These foods that are high in niacin, these foods that are high in carbohydrates, these foods that are high in soluble fiber. It's going to help. It's going to make sure that your nutrients, micronutrients, and macrominerals get down to catabolic breakdowns. They release energy, and they go up into anabolism, as we know it, and then it's actually requiring the energy. So again, it builds metabolites, and from the basal metabolic rate, the metabolites are made muscle fibers. It goes into biosynthesis, where again it has all the energy. Your metabolites have the energy to actually form, to aid in the reproduction, growth, and development of muscle fibers, simple to complex muscle fibers, with more of a capacity to grow. And it's really going to increase your vascularity state. It's going to increase your basal metabolic rate, increase your muscle tone. It's going to increase your immune system. As again, I said, it's going to increase your metabolism. It's going to increase your hypertrophy, chance of actually building muscle and not atrophying muscle when muscle mass is lost. And in this condition, we keep eating these foods that are high in saturated fats, that are high in polyunsaturated fats, that give you more of a chance for diabetes, for dying of diabetes, dying premature death, of bad liver function. These foods that are high in caffeine, sugar, dextrose monohydrate, carbohydrates. Mainly, it's going to be spiking your carbohydrate level, your carbohydrate intake, how much you're supposed to be intaking. It's going to lead to a corrupted amount of carbohydrate level, leading into high blood glucose level, and leading into a low blood glucose level, where it cannot be regulated by insulin. It's either too low, and it cannot regulate because it's too low. It has to be at a state that is constant, so it can regulate it. And if it's not that state when it's constant, it's going to go off into low blood. You're going to get low blood sugar, hypoglycemia. You're going to get high blood sugar, high blood glucose level, low blood glucose level. And as we're talking about all of this, I'm going to finish up talking about spinach. Now, the spinach chip ideal, it's amazing. It's amazing. And I'll make this a two-part video for you guys to understand this, to fully grasp the concept I'm trying to get across. But again, amazing source of amino acids and selenium, amazing source of niacin, vitamin B3, vitamin B6, thiamine, zinc, folate. We can find a high source of calcium, of manganese. We can find a high source